listening to the Tech Tools for Teachers podcast, where each week we talk about a free piece or two of technology that you can use in your classroom. I'm your host, Shanna Martin. I'm a middle school teacher, technology and instructional coach from my district.
And I'm a producer and husband, Fuzz Martin. And if I were a hip-hop artist, my hip-hop name would be Lil Alchemy. It was between that and Lil LabX.
Well, I think I like Lil LabX a little better, actually.
Oh, hello.
Oh, my goodness. All right. Episode 233. Oh, my goodness. We are at the end of the school year. We are holding on.
Hold on.
We are going to make it.
For one more day.
Yes, it's May. I'm sure many of you can relate to May.
Yes.
May in school. Field trips and graduations.
Memorial Day.
And end of the year concerts and chaos. I don't know.
Yeah. Did you say graduations?
I did.
Yeah.
And kids just like holding on.
Prom for some.
Yeah, to stay focused with all the things. You're like, hey, we're going to keep learning. And they're like, oh my goodness. I will say the one thing that's been helpful here in Wisconsin is the weather does not yet feel summery or springy.
No, it's
like it feels spring, but it doesn't feel like
warm constantly.
Yeah. It's kind of like you get a nice day and then it's like freezing and rain.
Yes.
And then it's like nice day and then freezing and rain. So no one's like sold on like being outside all the time.
Right.
Quite yet.
The kids aren't asking you to have class outside.
Right. I mean, yes, they are. I think they start that in like March, but but no. So anyway, we are going to talk about a cool couple of science tools that are super helpful for engaging students in science activities, and they're free, obviously, which is the focus, but they have like science labs on a limited budget. You don't have to worry about like supplies and things like that in the classroom. I know budgets are getting cut, and so it's a way to engage students in science labs without having to pay for things. No material is really necessary. They're digital labs, the way they're set up. They are standards aligned. They are very specific, and I'll kind of explain that as we go through the site. And then great additional support for students with absences, because like I have kids that miss or like they have health things or need additional help. Like this would be a great way to practice additional labs in your classroom. And then there's a huge variety. So the site itself, the first one is called LabXchange. So when you go to LabXchange, it's LabXchange.org. So LabXchange.org, and it shows you like it's thank you, Harvard online. And it has all kinds of educational resources linked in. And some of these we've talked about before, like the FET, Khan Academy, Learning for Justice. Like a lot of them are connected through the site, which is very cool. And LabXchange, what it does is gives you a whole collection of science resources that are free, and you can choose how it's set up. Mostly focused for high school. You could definitely use it for upper middle school, but there's a lot of content here. So if you go to labexchange.org and you choose your section of science, so you can choose life science, earth and space science, or physical science. We're going to go with earth and space. Grades 9-12. Okay. You click on resources. You can also go in as an educator or as a learner. So if you want to support kids over summer, or they want extra help, or you have kids that are just really excited about science and want to learn some more over the summer, this is a great site for them to go to. It then gives you the breakdown of the different topics. So you can search by a specific topic. And this is set up through NGSS, like our science standards for the US. You can also like pick and choose kind of where you're, depending on the resource it pulls the information from, it also aligns with various other countries too. So it depends on how you choose your information. So if I go under Earth's systems and I want to click on water's effects on Earth materials, I click on it. Again, lined with our standards. It gives you introductory, then resources. It gives you like the Science Bomb's Guide to Water. Okay. You keep scrolling through though. It'll talk about hands-on exploration. It'll go under explanation and concepts understanding. So like the Science Scope article summary. It will give you design challenges. It will give you all kinds of different resources you can pull from. If you want a specific, and it'll label it, if it's a case study or if it's a teaching guide or if it's an actual simulator. So they have video simulators as well. It really depends on what you want to look at or support your kids with. If you want to go under, let's see, weather and climate causes of climate change. You can go under a teaching guide. It will give you like videos that connect to it. If you go under application of learning, glaciers, and then it gives you a simulator. It will then, and this one connects through PhET, which we've talked about before. So what's cool about these is LabXchange gives you their resources, but then if it doesn't have something, it connects you to other free educational resources. So through this one, we have the glacier simulation. You can launch the simulation. It will give you the content, the language it comes in, the subject area it's going to cover, how many views it's had, all that kind of stuff, which is very cool. And so many different resources that you can pull from. Earlier, I was pulling resources for a teacher and it was going through genetics, and it had like the simulator walked you through the history of genetics. And the best part was it shifts from there's like a little blue X and a red X. And until you've actually read or completed one part, it doesn't move on to the next. So kids couldn't skip through it.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
And that one's set up through LabXchange. So different resources have different ways to navigate through them. But again, if you're looking at 9-12, they're very easy to figure out when you're looking at the different resources. Articles, teachers' guides, just so many very cool, very relevant, specific science resources. And the simulators are built right in. So you can, whichever topics you're choosing, I went under like threats to biodiversity. This one is just going to be text. It's going to be an article. Versus if you scroll down, you've got a different case study with a youth challenge that connects to it. So again, by every science standard, you can pull resources and simulators and case studies, and they're all in one spot. So it's super helpful. And it gives you, like, you can click the search button and it searches over 34,000 resources. Like, there's so many science resources that it will pull that are relevant that would be super helpful for your students. Love it. We love a good science resource.
Absolutely.
The other thing, if you click on library at the top, it will walk you through all the content types, and then you can choose how you want to look at it. So if you go to the library and you click simulators, that will give you all the simulations. So if you just want to look for science simulations versus looking by standard. So it's a different way to search, depending on what you need for your students. So like energy dynamics between producers and consumers, and that's a simulation. And you click on it, and then you can launch it. And again, it shows you everything that it's aligned with, and then additional teaching resources that go with the simulation. So there's just so many cool resources. Again, summer help, supporting students. I love a good virtual frog dissection lab because I don't know about you. You dissected frogs in school.
Yeah, I did.
And that's fun for some and not fun for others. Also,
we did frogs. We did cow's eyes. We did
pigs. We did fetal pigs.
We did fetal pigs as well. I was in all
groups.
Yeah.
But these things are expensive.
Yeah.
Like, it's expensive to get frogs for kids to dissect in school. And if you don't have a budget, you just click on the virtual simulator and it's just as gross as the real thing. It just doesn't smell. So I feel like that's a win. You don't have a smelly frog. You just have a virtual frog dissection. Gross. So there's all kinds of cool things in here for your kids to try out, along with, all the topics, proteins, DNA, like it's there. So if you want to go again, library to simulations, you can pull just the simulations if you're looking for those resources for your students. So check it out. LabXchange. There's a lot of options. Again, the focus is 9-12. You could do upper middle school. And whether you're going in as an educator or a learner, you're able to do that and have those resources for your students. And they're all free. And we love free science, which is super awesome.
Absolutely.
Another quick mention I wanted to put in there for younger students is like a simulator. It's called Little Alchemy. I know I've talked about it before. You can launch Little Alchemy 2 from a computer. So it's LITTLEALCHEMY2, the number 2.com. And while they do have an app, you can launch it from a computer. It has like nice calming music for everybody. And Little Alchemy is a way for kids to, especially elementary and upper, because it's fun as an adult too, to see what you can create. But you are able to take the basics: air, earth, fire, water, and then see how many elements and things that you create in the world. So like you combine water and air, and then you get mist. And if you get air and you add it to it, then you get pressure.
Mm-hmm.
And so you build and create using the basics to like create 250 some things within the world, and you understand the connections between them.
Sure, yeah.
Our child plays this often.
This is that game.
Yeah.
I got you.
She plays this often. She's a 5th grader. And, there's 720 items you can make. And I think she only has like 15 left. But this has been an ongoing process. She comes back and forth to it and keeps creating things. What I appreciate is they do keep an encyclopedia. So then kids can learn the vocabulary and the connection between them. So you can kind of see how many items you start with. You can see how many items you've created. And then you can see what things connect with one another. And it's a great way to see the connection of all of the things on Earth. Like, it's just a very cool way to see that happen in a very basic level. Like, the images are very cartoony and straightforward. And it's a very kind of neutral screen. And it just, like, you can just build and create and see all of these things that you can make in the world.
Yeah.
So it's a cool way to teach science and engage kids in science. And they think they're kind of like creating a game and it's a challenge, but really it's just very basic and very simple. So it's something to test out with your kids. It'd be something to give your kids over the summer too, to like challenge them, see if they can create all 720.
Yeah. Make them think.
Yeah. Because you have to think about it, like how you combine them, and it won't let you just like throw everything together more than once. It makes like primordial soup like one time.
Yeah.
And then that's all you get. So it's worth trying out. So there's some science things to test out with your kids. Share them with them for summer work or just additional practice. And again, they're both websites are super engaging, easy to understand, and they will walk students through them at their level whatever they are needed.
Yeah.
So
great.
test out some free science tools. There you go.
Perfect.
So thanks for tuning in. This has been the Tech Tools for Teachers podcast. If you ever have any questions, you can find me on Blue Sky, Threads, Facebook, Instagram at SpartanWI. And if you want to get more information on the links to this technology discussed in this episode, you can visit SpartanWI.com. If you'd like to support the show, please consider buying me a coffee or two. Visit buymeacoffee.com/SmartinWI or visit SmartinWI.com and click on that cute little purple coffee cup. Your donations help keep the show going. New episodes every once in a while. We try to do every other week, but we'll see. Thanks for listening. Go educate and innovate.
The ideas and opinions expressed on this podcast and the Smart NWI website are those of the author, Shanna Martin, and not of her employer. Prior to using any of the technologies discussed on this podcast, please consult with your employer regulations. This podcast offers no guarantee that these tools will work for you as we've described, but we hope they do. We'll talk to you next time here on the Tech Tools for Teachers podcast.